Alright, gamers. We have 2 paths we can go. I'm willing to bet the dead end is to the right. However, we wanted to open a path, didn't we? Now we can go to the right. I cannot ascend, so I must continue to the right. What is this? It looks like some kind of lift, but it cannot be accessed. Rejuvenate. You look new, the bottom one. I don't think I've fought you before. I take it you're an upgraded form of the one combatant. Dang it. Aerial combatants are always the worst. Especially when they have those types of abilities. Well, that simplifies things. You can only dodge once. It did. Anything to my right? No? Yeah, those cubes are at least good as weapons. Though it appears I actually need this on the left side. So that I can ascend. Anything here? I have a feeling our destination is here. Why don't we collect the object of our interest? Maybe it won't be as simple as I expected. It's another music puzzle. I think it was. I lost track, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I think I got it that time. Is that the final round? It is, okay. Thankfully, the music positioning was pretty nice, so I was able to sort of hear where I was needing. Oh, that's another part of the clockwork soul we're making. And then, I don't know when we're gonna get our desert soul, but we'll get it eventually. You know what? I don't care. Yeah, that's right, you can't keep up when I stop caring. It looks like we'll need to ascend a little if we want to go to the left. Are you kidding me? How did I dodge in the direction of it? So that's what was blocking me before. Can I... Okay then. Is this one of the rooms I needed to explore? I don't recognize... No wait, now I recognize it. Okay, so I've already been here. Always have to confirm where you have and haven't been. So then the place I need to be is up here. Okay. Looks like there's new rooms over here. Oh great land, whose flame doth falter, whose choir conductors all doth fail. Observe, take heart, the spark still burning, you butterfly of crimson grace. Is that connected to the Grimm troop that we stumbled upon here? Down we go. Oh nice, now we can open up the Grimm troop. Like, does that not look like Grimm? Boss, 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 please, boss. Oh, drab and trembling squib, you who timidly step under the great... Really? I ran timidly? Fate has seen you chosen, cast away your fear, and join me. Farloom's flame may flicker, but together we shall spark it ablaze. Let us liven this citadel lost to silence. Let us rouse the soul, this once great land. Come on, Grimm, manifest. Where are you, Grimm? It's Grimm! Are you a friend? Those look rather aggressive, Grimm. Oh, you hit me, Grimm. Well, now we're fighting. I was willing to be your friend before you hit me. Oh my gosh, it's like Grimm merged with Grey Prince Zote. Like, he has that dream shine. Well, okay then. Maybe I didn't want to be injured. Okay. That's right. He's evasive, isn't he? So many sparkles. Every time I swing, he does a Nightmare King Grimm dash. My gosh. Stand still, will you? Freaking heck. At least we opened up the door. Where does that even put us on the map? No, could be further. Dang, Nightmare King Grimm. No, I want to do that room after I beat Grimm. What's with this? It seems like there should be something there, but there just isn't. Doesn't matter, all that matters is beating Grimm. I can always bench warp back if need be. Dang, explosives. And you double hit. Even when you hit once, you hit twice. work. Grimm, I do not appreciate. There we go. Now we're beating Grimm up a little. Heal. He's going to recover from stagger, but I managed to hit him a bunch. Heal. Dang. Multi-hits. Stop it. Well, there goes my defense. What? Okay, can we mention how both the Hollow Knight and Hornet have this illness where if they're exposed to the physical material of other creatures, they just spontaneously get hurt? Like, could we play as a character who is a little less fragile? Oh well, we're heading back to Nightmare King Grimm. I'm never fond of having to walk back after... Like, Hollow Knight, part of why I enjoyed it, I think, was because I beat every fight on the first try for the most part. And the few that I had difficulty with were either Pantheon fights or Dream fights, where you don't have a walk back. Just die. There you are. Heal again. Dang you. There you are. Any second now I'm going to land a strike. There we go. Heal. There we go. Oh, he's going into a second phase. Nightmare King Grimm, stop it. Heal. If only I had Shade Cloak, man. This fight would be way more tolerable with Shade Cloak. Can I, like, go say hi to the Hollow Knight and go, hey, I need your Shade Cloak? I see why the lava bell exists. Because every boss does 2 heart fire damage. I almost won. He was on his second phase, and I had hit him several times, and I was about to heal. But if I had it my way, every boss would have a bench directly outside of the fight. I was reading, now that I've gone through a good chunk of the game, I was reading some discourse on that aspect, and people are like, it's a Metrovania. Of course you're sometimes going to have to travel several minutes just backtracking on the same fight. I'm personally not too fond of defenses. Like, every other game has this problem, so why would we get rid of it in a better game? Like, oh, you're freaking kidding me. Let's see, I was going to heal for 3, and he did 2. So he did an effective damage of 5 there. Great. I hate your tornado. Nightmare King Grimm, please stop. But yeah, I'm never fond of the argument that everything else has the same problems, why fix it? If a problem already exists, it's permanent. Oh, you actually jumped out. I didn't expect that. There we go, now we're getting some hits. And you do your legendary, most spammed attack in the whole fight. It almost sounds like he's saying a certain thing towards me, doesn't it? I don't think we'll go across so I can heal. Oh gosh. At least his contact isn't too pain pecker. But yeah. One of the key things, I play Hollow Knight mainly for cool bosses. So I automatically have criticism for scenarios where I do something other than fighting a cool boss. Like, I automatically didn't want to learn the last judge mechanics and just took the dice, which honestly, I'm not fond of the dice. They're a great item, don't get me wrong. They have a cool design, but I want to beat the fights. I want to radiant the fight as it's supposed to be, you know, fought. The dice let you... The dice are there for when you mess up. I don't want to mess up in my fights. Oh, that one did 5 damage to me. Because it stopped my heal, and then it hit me. Honestly, just kill me, man. Because I already collected my money, right? Yeah. Can you not hit me? You're really going to waste my time here, aren't you? Why can't you hit me? But yeah, I'm not going to fault someone who uses the dice, and if I truly did Godseeker, I might run Free Melody. Obviously, I can't in my current playthrough since, you know, I beat Nightmare King Grimm, but Carefree Melody is a valid thing you can choose to use. It's just, if I could choose between getting good and potentially lucking through a portion of it, I would rather get good if I can. But with the last judge, I had to repeatedly do the discount Path of Pain, well, more of White Castle, but I had to do the discount version repeatedly, and I got really tired of it, so I looked up what would make the fight easier, and then just ran that. Let's see. With the only exception being, I still refuse to use the ranged weapons. That's just a personal preference. I don't want to use the ranged weapons. I want to beat the game closer to the default Hollow Knight style. But yeah, I would rather fight the last judge in Godhand than have to do a long obby every time. I hate you. We're healing. Typical. As long as you don't hit me with... Of course. He's gonna whirl. Cringe. Okay. Back at it. I can't complain much. That one was my total and utter mistake. But yeah, I don't really like walkbacks personally. And if the developers had an option that was like permanently lose your money upon shade being destroyed, I would turn that off. I just want to get through the game. I don't want to have a risk of losing what I've gotten. If they added a easy back option where you can just start the fight over without having to walk, I would select that. Unless, of course, they punished you for it for some reason. I know, like, Cuphead, I think, you have to beat the bosses on a certain difficulty to beat the game, if I remember right. Unless the easy bosses are unreasonably easy, it might be a little cringe. A lot of the time, I have fights that I want to be harder, but then if someone isn't good at a game, I don't know if I like punishing someone for being bad at a game. A good example would be, I am terrible at FNF, and a lot of FNF mods just don't have the ability for me to function in them. Wow, you did. I think you only did 4 damage, but I'm still annoyed. So we're in phase 2. I'm going to play it as cautiously as I can. I think this whole thing is just me fighting this one guy. But yeah, I've tried out a good chunk. I mean, I played the FNF, and even the FNF game was pretty difficult for me. One of my favorite anecdotes is how, when I initially played the tutorial, I almost died. And one of the most difficult challenges in FNF is the second week for some reason. And when I set the game to hard mode, I'm pretty sure I couldn't even get past Pico's week. Yeah, no, I think I was able to beat Dearest on hard mode, and I couldn't get past Skid and Pump or Pico on hard. Oh, you can hit him during that. Good to know. Speaking of healing, but yeah, I remember at one point someone offered me, I forget what it was, but to play their FNF mod. And I couldn't get past a certain point in their mod very early on because it required you to be good at FNF. And when I spoke to them, they told me, yeah, no, we didn't think of needing an easy mode because, well, few people are as bad as me at FNF. But here, I like difficulty. When I'm able, I want a good balance though, right? Like the Roaring Knight, I really liked. The Roaring Knight was a difficult fight compared to most of the game. And then as you complete each challenge, things get easy. Like now, Jevil I can usually beat on the first or second try. Spamton Neo, first or second try. And I mean Snowgrave Spamton. Neutral Pacifist is just a cakewalk. Roaring Knight, I've actually not refought since I beat the Roaring Knight the first time, but the Roaring Knight is a good fight. And there's a reason that I beat the Roaring Knight before beating Chapter 3. You can usually tell when a fight's truly unbeatable and is fake unbeatable. And my least favorite is when a fake unbeatable fight blocks you from retrying it. Everhood 2 had that problem where they have at least 1 or 2 fights where the fight is entirely beatable, but the developers don't want you beating it. They give it as an optional challenge, and if you lose the fight, they make it so you can't retry it. I personally think that what Toby Fox did in Chapter 3 was a little better, where you could just restart the night with Gaster, though I had a problem with my save file where it didn't give me that option. So I had to replay. At first I didn't even know that you could save. Once I knew that you could save... Yeah, that's unfortunate. Once I knew that you could save, I at least wasn't refighting Tenna, but you still have to restart a portion of the cutscene. But if I didn't have that issue, I think I played it... I had to get a new computer, but I played it a good chunk after release. I'm sure Toby fixed the issue where the game doesn't give you the retry button on the Roaring Knight. Because that mechanic was there on release, to my recollection. It was just my copy had a strange bug. Maybe it was because I switched computers. Yeah, a lot of people would go out of their way to... They would think the fight's unbeatable, finish the chapter, and then return for round 2, and beat the Roaring Knight, often realizing the Roaring Knight's easier. Toby Fox is great at making fights look harder than they are, though sometimes it's a weird balance of difficulty. By that I mean Omega Flowey and Asriel, mainly Omega Flowey. What I mean there is... Gosh darn it. Omega Flowey is one of the easiest fights in Undertale. However, Omega Flowey is one of the hardest fights to no-hit, harder than Sans. And this is because Omega Flowey is a fight where you just get healing pumped into you regularly. So even though the fight itself is easy, it's a pain to no-hit. But the fight looks crazy difficult. And I think the Roaring Knight's sort of like that, though the Roaring Knight has a bit of a punch, but if we go by fights and how many tries they took me, the easiest would be Spampton, then the Roaring Knight, then Jevil. I know it sounds crazy, but Jevil gave me more difficulty than the Roaring Knight. Then we have Undying the Undying. And then we have Sans. Sans, who took me over 100 tries. Meanwhile, the Roaring Knight only took me... it was less than 20 tries, I know that. Jevil, I'm pretty sure, took way more than 20 tries. And Spampton probably only... Honestly, Spampton and Roaring Knight were pretty close in difficulty. And of course, I always mean Snowgrave Spampton. Because regular Spampton I first tried. Pretty much everything in Deltarune, other than the special encounters, I first tried. I might have had one death. Maybe. Like, Deltarune, but part of why Deltarune, though, I think is so easy for the mandatory encounters is also, we're in Chapter 4 now, before we were just in Chapter 2. And the equivalent of Chapter 2 for Undertale would be Snowdown, a very easy area in Undertale. And people would... This goes a lot into the discourse around Undertale. I didn't like how people would make a lot of judgments on Undertale without considering how Deltarune Chapter 1, people made a lot of assumptions, but it was the equivalent of the ruins. I would argue you had more room to make choices in Chapter 1 of Deltarune than the ruins of Undertale. And despite that, people were really hammering home, oh, they said that your choices don't matter. All the way since Chapter 1, I've been disagreeing about that. And, well, I wasn't right about everything. Reflection theory, as I came up with a theory, ended up being just completely wrong. The only thing reflection theory stands for is the person who makes the fountain. I can only guess that what I was picking up for my theory just came down to writing. Because I observed how things like Susie and Birdley both had moments where the ruler of the Dark World would quote them. I took that to mean that maybe they influenced the Dark World just by entering it. This is terrible. You did 5 damage to me again. Generally, if it's not absurd, I assume that Toby did it intentionally. By not absurd, I'm referring to how sometimes people will go and take the most out-of-pocket connections and go, oh my gosh, how did Toby predict it? So my stance on Toby and his quote-unquote predicting things or foreshadowing, he probably has done more than people think, or more than people are aware of, but I think a lot of the connections are actually just coincidences. Because that's the thing, when you assume that everything is well thought out, suddenly it gets easier to spot things that just might not exist. But back to the main point at hand. This is actually a cool fight. I can't deny it. Most of this game, it has cool fights. And my only gripe with the fight is the walking. That is really my only gripe. A lot of the times I take damage were moments I messed up, I can tell. And that's usually how Silksong goes. Honestly, I think they improved boss design in this game over Hollow Knight. Because in Hollow Knight, there were you might disagree with me, because I'll admit good players can radiant any fight within the first couple tries. I don't know if they can radiant every fight first try, but I mean, for crying out loud, there have been people who've done Radiant Soul for Pantheon of Hollow Nest. Like, I guess you could luck through it, but are we going to really say people who did it lucked through it? Of course not. So, where am I going with this? That's a good question. Oh, right. But there's a lot of fights that have a very rough learning curve. I think every person is going to kind of have a different stance on who those fights are. One of my least favorite is Watcher Knights. Watcher Knights are just difficult. It's gonna maybe Whirlwind. Yep, there's the Whirlwind. Oh no. Barely. Oh, dear golly. This whole thing is just Nightmare King Grimm. I could improve my charms to make this fight easier, but that's fine. I know I'm not the best gamer. But look, I even beat the Pure Vessel. It took a lot of work for me to manage it between... I think the hardest bosses for me to beat in general in Hollow Knight are the obvious ones. Nightmare King Grimm and Pure Vessel. I haven't beaten Radiance, the absolute version. Every other boss, other than the two mentioned, I think I can beat on the second difficulty in particular. I can't remember what it is. I know there's like Attuned and Radiant. I can't remember if Attuned is the second or third difficulty. But my point being that yeah, I can beat the fights, but it takes a lot of learning for some of them. Gosh, learning Umu Radiant. But, yeah, to be exact, I beat almost every boss on Radiant, and then there's only a couple I can't beat on Radiant. The only ones I can only beat on the minimum difficulty are Pure Vessel and Nightmare. Only two bosses I can't beat on up to difficulty, and let's say there's, I don't know how many bosses there are in Hollow Knight, I'm gonna guess 50. If there's 50 bosses, there's about 7 I can't beat on Radiant. Because obviously, Nightmare King Grimm, Pure Vessel, probably Radiance, Watcher Knights, Markov. I know I can beat Soul Tyrant, I just haven't beaten Soul Tyrant yet. At least on my most recent playthrough, I know for a fact I've done a Radiant Soul Tyrant. And this fight, I don't know if I can Radiant him, but I know I can beat him given enough effort, and it's really bothering me I haven't managed it yet. It's fine. Honestly, I stopped feeling salty about it when I actually got into commentary. And I haven't been thinking about my salt in a while now. Just kind of talking about difficulty in Hollow Knight. Like, look at this fight. This tornado, I used to hate it. But it's kind of cool. Now I kind of dislike the bouncing balls. The bouncing balls are kind of my big annoyance. I think I'll heal before he hits. Heal before you hit me. Like, this really does seem like a Nightmare King Grimm Lite type thing. I think there was an earlier boss that was more Nightmare King Grimm, but visually and aesthetically, they feel like a Nightmare King Grimm Lite. There we go. I think we're starting to get the fight down. Ouch! Okay, well that hurt me. I guess we're gonna have to... Wait, there, I had to pause the game for a second. This is going to be difficult. Yeah, I didn't react. Interesting, once those stop, you can't hit them. I think he should be close to his next stagger. Yep, I was right. Now let's heal while he's underground. 2 hits. I'm gonna guess he's a 12-hit stagger. 3. Ouch. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9. 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it's a 14-hit stagger. That's 4. Ow! That's a 5 damage. It's the 5 damage hits that really ruin the run for me. I'm seeing it now that I'm paying attention. Honestly, yeah, after venting my frustrations about the walkback, I'm kind of in a better mood. But yeah, I think that's how I would personally modify Silksong. I don't like walkback. I feel like it's separate from the difficulty of the game that I want. Everyone's going to have their preference on difficulty. If you are a Metrovania purist, you want the good and bad of the Metrovania genre. Good for you. If you want walkback and you believe that that's the only way to get the Metrovania experience, I don't. Let's see. But also, I recognize I want different things from others in games. My stance is, well, some games should be skill-oriented. There's a couple of games where I would argue they need more luck and randomness. Is this a game that needs more luck and randomness? Goodness no. Let's see. But yeah, I just would... Honestly, if Silksong were just a series of boss rushes, I'd probably love it. I do plan on beating P5, so here's what I want to do. I want to do a Hollow Knight speedrun within 5 hours. I think that's the first achievement. Tornado? No. There we go. I would like to do P5. And I would like to Radiant with a couple more bosses. Maybe even do all bindings, or... I don't know about all bindings, but I mean all bindings would be cool. No Radiant 5 though. I will not do Radiant 5. But yeah, I would like to Steel Soul the game and speedrun it in 5 hours. Honestly, I feel like those go hand in hand. I don't think I'll do true ending Steel Soul. Okay, but I do want to return to Hollow Knight. But like, with how long this game has taken me... Oh, that's rough. He did a 5 damage. It's fine, at least we have to... Oh dear. Okay, gotta lock in for a moment. Wait for him to drop his guard. This is my chance. Okay. We're gonna lock in. I want to win this time, and I think I'm good enough to win it. I'm just making a lot of dumb mistakes that I can avoid. One health. Will it win? No. Dodged. Reflected. Oh dear. There. And 2. Come on, can we get it off? We can. Okay. Oh dear. Wait. We're down to 1. Dang! I thought we had it. But yeah, those are my aspirations right now for Hollow Knight. And I will attempt them as long as I don't lose interest. But I heard that one of the Hollow Knight speedrunners has a good guide on, whoops, beating the game relatively quickly. I think that's the 5-hour run. And I think for the 5-hour run, I will run Steel Soul. But I think I want to do P5 first, because I feel like P5 would be easier than Steel Soul. Maybe not. It depends. Honestly, I don't feel like the Hollow Knight is very difficult. And I don't think any of the bosses have a significant chance of beating me on a Steel Soul playthrough. We'll wait until I take a hit. I'm sure it'll happen. Because during my initial playthrough, I barely died to anything, and most of my deaths were out of my own stupidity. You can also just cheese it by bench warping whatever you're instead. I would like to do a legitimate Hollow Knight 5-hour speedrun with Steel Soul. Just because that sounds cool. But I will only do it if I can maintain interest. Because once my interest burns out, I probably won't play Hollow Knight for several more years. That's usually how I am with things. I get into it, I invest time into it, and then I lose interest. Come on. And now on the way back. Okay, he's about to stagger. There we go. We're gonna get 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. Oh, he went into phase 2. Oh no. What? You know what? I've gotten so many glitches that weren't in my favor. I'll take a glitch in my favor. Okay, it's time to lock in though. We're beating Light Mirror Grimm. We are beating him this try. Or I am Hornet Silksong. There are so many things that seem cool to try with. Like, I feel like cosplay would be pretty cool to do at least once or twice. Let's see. Oh dear. Okay, let's pause for a moment. Get our bearings. Right now he's doing the exploding attack. We have our death block up, however enemies can double hit us through it. But most of his attacks will not one-shot us. Splendid. Rejuvenate. Now we have 2 health. Plus death block. Now we have 1 health. There goes our death block. Focus. Scary. Just focus. Concentrate. Okay. Now we can rejuvenate. And we did it. He's having so much fun. This guy is having so much fun. I wonder if those fires would have killed. Claw mirror. Ooh. I do wish I had more charm slots. If I had a complaint about the charm system in this game, a lot of the charms are just things from Hollow Knight, but you can't use as many. Like right now, I'm running Wandering Compass, Gathering Swarm, what is it, Grub Song, and then there's one new charm I'm running. Like, if I had the same build in Hollow Knight, a lot of what I'm running, yeah, 3 of them are 1 notch. The Death Block I could see being 2 or 3 notches. So, at this point in the game, I feel like I should have more notches. Anyway, I'm assuming that will permanently open. Now I'm ready to go back up. I will say, I did expect this to present me with an opportunity to go through that area I couldn't access. And yes, I am aware that I'm going massively over, but I want to do a little more before we end, just because I fought one boss for a while. But yeah, if I was really determined to have won, I would have taken off Gathering Sworn and Compass in favor of Dice and... Is this useful? Yes. This looks useful. If not Sturdy Body, because Sturdy Body would let me hit him more when he's staggered. But it's not just about winning these fights. I guess I should have benched worked. How do I get up again? Really? Okay. I mean, I guess it saves time because I was just gonna walk to the bench and walk back. I wonder what this game would be like if it had the Nemesis system. You're going to follow after me, aren't you? I really don't want to fight you. But you don't care, do you? Fine. Perish. And now you have an ally. If I remember how the Nemesis system worked... Because honestly, I only heard about the Nemesis system since people were complaining about how games couldn't use it. Didn't that Wii U game, Zombie U, basically use the Nemesis system? Well, no, it was you, not the enemy, so I guess that wouldn't be Nemesis. Yeah, all I know about the Nemesis system is people were unhappy they couldn't use it or see it in games. Like, as a gamer, I do admit it sounds kind of cringe, the prospect that a game could lose access to features. Because someone owns a specific game mechanic, so now no one can participate in that game mechanic. Like, could you imagine if someone patented entire genres, like FPS, RPG, MMO, and you just had one game in each genre? Out of curiosity, what would you choose if that were possible? Or not just possible, but if that happened, and every game genre only had one game. Like, I feel like you'd have to choose Minecraft for whatever genre you want to assign to Minecraft. Wow, you evoked. That was a pattern, alright. Anyway, you're almost dead. Your dash is almost kind of like Hornets, to be honest. Wait, now I can't get up there. Send it back, send it back. And I think that discussion is, right now, a bit more prevalent with that one game, let's see, what was it called? Power World? I never played it. I spoke to a few people to see if they thought it was my kind of game. Everyone kind of agreed it probably wouldn't have been. But from what I heard, I don't know if I should speak on matters I don't entirely understand, but the little I understand is I think Nintendo is basically claiming that Power World infringes and that they shouldn't be allowed to do everything they're doing. I think that's a oversimplification of it. Though, if you wanted my preference, it would be, honestly, I feel like Nintendo hasn't done much with the Pokemon IP. I'd be fine with just anyone doing whatever they want with the Pokemon IP. But I say that mostly as a gamer who doesn't play Pokemon. So take my opinion on that with a grain of salt. Yeah, once we hit an hour, I think we'll stop. What is this? Could this be a maze? But where is the start of the maze? Ah. You hacking hack. You're gonna get hacked. Yeah, my stance is relatively simple. I like games. So... oh gosh. Now I have to go all the way up. I like games, so I want to keep seeing games. And anything that hinders cool games being made is cringe. Now I need to go from below. Ooh, I too. Oh, I just have to hit it from the side. That's easy. I thought I had to do something far more challenging. Like, one of my least favorite things, if we're talking about things hindering games, is a bunch of Minecraft accounts being deleted for what I would consider no good reason. Like, losing multiplayer is one thing. Losing single player is eh. That's kinda cringe. So I put the box up there, but how do I? Oh wait, I have my ability, don't I? Fight me. I don't know why I'm fighting you, mind you. Let's see. Oh, it's a flea. Sure, you've been saved, flea. I really should head back there and see how they're doing. Have we hit an hour? we have. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.